thing on? How you guys doing? You guys doing okay? I think I've been in this house too long. I think I got to get out of this house, but I can't. I can't because I keep getting these incredible collections. This video today that you're going to see is a freaking doozy, a doozy. And I open them up and it's exhilarating and it's fun and exciting to do a video. Another email comes in, rinse and repeat, but these are like the last good days of the year before it gets bitter cold here in Montana. I got to get out there. But first, we got to take a look at what's in there because we have some really, really incredible books today. There's some collections that are coming in after I'm filming this intro that might make it into this video, but I think it's about $200,000 worth of books with some really special stuff in there. I throw out these numbers like $200,000, but for the books over $1,000, I typically pay 80%, sometimes even a little bit more. And I think I need to sit down and really crunch the numbers on these big boy books because I think if I do the numbers, I might be less reticent to offer 80%. Like that Cinderella Love that I just had was a $17,000 book. After fees and stuff, I had to discount it. I made $106 off a $17,000 book. A Fantastic Four number 5, the 3.5 that I just had, I bought it at 80%, and then a sale came in I listed it for, I had to list it for like $750 less than I thought I was going to list it for. And then there's fees and international. Sometimes it's an international buyer, and there's like a 6% fee, and then there's 3% on the website. So that FF5, I made about $100 as well. So until I do the math and see that some of these 80% buys aren't making sense, if you want to get that 80% deal, shoot me an email, brycecomics@gmail.com, before I crunch those numbers. And I think it's a fantastic deal to be able to get 80% for your big boy books. And it's just so quick and so easy and so simple. Here's the brand new giveaways for this month. If you subscribe, comment, and like, you're entered to win this. And if you head over to brycecomics.com, it's where you'll find anything that's in this video that's still available. Some of it might have been claimed by the time you're watching this. Some of it might not come until like a couple days after this video posts. But that newsletter is where you get notified when new inventory drops. Use code COLLECT10 for 10% off all in-stock items at brycecomics.com, excluding big boy books, but I do run specials from time to time. With that said, let's take a look at this amazing stack of books. All right, a little Submariner action. Submariner number 1, 9.6 white pages from 1968. Amazing Spider-Man number 57 in a 9.8. This awesome Kazar cover. I mean, it's just so odd to see a 12-cent Spidey in the same condition as when it rolled off of the printer. And the inks on these, it's hard to pick up on the camera, but the inks on these are just so cool. Likewise, Captain America number 100 in a 9.8, just absolutely stunning with this Jack Kirby and Sid Shores cover. Iron Man number 1, 9.6 white. This is one that really shows, like, when this book has a good color strike, it just seems like it's like dripping wet. And this book in particular, sometimes there can be presentation issues. So to see this in 9.6 white from 1968 is absolutely incredible. This one, man, it would have been nice to get this in a 9.8, but it's a 9.6 white. Beautiful. 9.8 white pages, Amazing Spider-Man 43. This is the first full appearance of Mary Jane. And there's only a handful of recorded sales of this in recorded history. There's only a handful of sales of this in recorded history, is what I was trying to say. And this is just an exceptional copy, 9.8. I just want to show the inks and the colors on this. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. Awesome Rhino cover. I believe it's the second appearance of the Rhino, or maybe it's the third appearance, but it is also the origin of the Rhino. Very rare, only 11 of these on the CGC census in total. Let's keep the Spidey theme going. How about a 9.6 white for one of the best covers for Amazing Spider-Man of all time, in my opinion. Probably my favorite all-time Amazing Spider-Man cover. First appearance of the Kingpin, John Romita, classic art, 9.6 white, absolutely stunning. Here's another 9.8 white for Amazing Spider-Man number 58. Just incredible to see these 12 centers in perfect condition. Why stop there? Amazing Spider-Man 56 in a 9.8 with white pages. And here's Fantastic Four number 5, the first appearance of Doctor Doom in a 4.5. So cool to see, never get tired of that. This is a really nice presenting copy. God, it would have been nice to get in white pages. I don't think I've ever seen a copy of this book in white pages, but at least it's off-white to white, showcase 22. Just a really, really nice copy. This is another one that can sometimes have presentation issues, but man, does that look nice for a 4.5. Most of the damage that caused it to get that is on the back, like these long creases right there. So this is exactly what you want in a mid-grade copy, is have it present much nicer from the front and have the damage on the back. House of Secrets 92 in an 8.0. So I wanted to talk about this book, Killing Joke, in a 9.8, because I saw that there was a 10 that just came up, a PSA 10 that just came up on Heritage. I believe it's in an upcoming auction. And I was looking at this copy, and it's just like so freaking nice. I mean, there's absolutely no reason why this shouldn't be a 9.9. Like, maybe not a 10, but there's like a tiny little thing going on there. But this book in particular is not too difficult to get in high grade because it's square bound, so you don't have to worry about the bindery tears. It's a really strong cover material, so there's not typically, if it hasn't been read, it's almost for sure going to be a 9.8. So, you know, the fact that there's a PSA 10 already, I don't know if it was the first one they ever graded, but it's likely that the first copy of this that PSA ever graded got a 10. And because of the nature of this book, like, I wouldn't be surprised if like 10 to 20%, maybe more, of CGC 9.8s would get a PSA 10. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in that auction and what it goes for. If it goes for a crazy premium, which I doubt. I don't think it's going to go for a crazy premium, but like there could be an opportunity to go and buy every copy of this that you can find in a CGC 9.8 and cross it over to PSA and get a good chunk of them back in 10 and then sell it for anywhere near that first sale price on Heritage and make a whole bunch of profit. You know, I'm not going to do that because it just doesn't feel good to do that, but I think that the market will be flooded with PSA 10s of this book as time goes on, and many books like that, not just this one. So buyer beware when it comes to PSA 10s right now for books that have forgiving covers, because we just don't know how many are going to show up on the census. Star Wars number 1 in a 9.6. I do believe I have a 9.8 of that on the way too, but we got a nice run of Batman and Detective Comics in here. I'm not going to go through every single one. This is a nice run of X-Men over here. Yeah, this one is interesting because I'm looking at it and it looks like a 9.8. Like it looks almost flawless from the front. I had to check the notes and it says, so the notes say that the top staple is detached from the back cover, and you can tell right there's kind of a detachment going on, but a very, very cool presenting one. Nice run of X-Men in here. Hey, Callie, you want me to throw that packaging for you? All right, some juicy ones just came in. Amazing Spider-Man 129 2.5. Definitely has not been pressed or cleaned. Check out the website for clearer photos. Not sure if there's an opportunity for a bump, but it could definitely look better. Amazing Spider-Man 300 in a 9.8 with white pages and the custom label, looking absolutely saucy here for the first appearance of Venom. Amazing Spider-Man number 41, the first appearance of the Rhino in an 8.5, old label. Werewolf by Night 32 in a 9.2, origin and first appearance of Moon Knight. Fantastic Four 52, first appearance of Black Panther. And this is just an absolutely gorgeous copy. Amazing Spider-Man 129, first appearance of the Punisher and the Jackal. And it's signed by Stan Lee, 8.5 with white pages. Presents like a 9.8 or 9.6, but there is a very, very small crease here that, I mean, it breaks color, but just hardly. Like, it's not like a crazy hard crease, but nonetheless, it is there. It is a crease. That's why it's held back to the 8.5. It's an old cert number starts with 159, which means that this was probably graded like 15 years ago or so. And it's just been recased, so they got a new case put on it at some point. But I don't think that I just don't think anything with a crease like that can get past an 8.5. I think that's the max for it. So, but nonetheless, it just presents absolutely gorgeous. Hulk 181 in a 9.0. This one would be a 9.6, except it has a small fingerprint right there. I have seen people do stuff. I mean, reds and yellows are the hardest colors on covers to try to get like stains or anything off. I have heard of people using a little bit of nose cheese, like getting the grease off their nose and rubbing it and kind of mixing it together. Super risky. You could absolutely ruin it. But maybe you know a nose cheese expert that can make quick work of that and get it bumped to a 9.6. There's another Hulk 181. There's actually 3 that came in today. The 5.0 I'm going to crack and press because I think I can get the 5 to like a 6.5, but there's a 6.5 there as well, and a third copy of this, but this one's a 5.0 white pages. Awesome opportunities for this. Every price point, you got a 2.5 that can improve, you got a 5.0 white, and then you've got the 8.5 signed by Stan. A whole bunch of signature series. I'm not going to go through everything, but I just want to do some highlights here. X-Force 11 signed by Stan Lee and Fabian Nicieza with the retired custom Stan Lee label. That's absolutely awesome to see. I don't think I've ever seen this book signed by Stan Lee, the first appearance of Domino. And then we have a really cool set here of X-Men, the new X-Men Volume 2 from 1991. So I have a number 1 on the website right now, the Special Collector's Edition, triple signed, including Stan Lee. If you couple that with these 4, you'd have just an incredible set of X-Men 1 through 5. So you go check out the website for that X-Men number 1. And I also have, I think there's the Magneto X-Men 1 triple signed, all in purple. So just a cool opportunity to pick up the full set. This one is X-Men number 2 with the custom Scott Williams sketch, Jim Lee, Chris Claremont. And then we have number 3, same thing, custom Scott Williams, Jim Lee, Chris Claremont. And number 4, the first appearance of Omega Red, but this one is double signed in red, which is cool. just so cool. I mean, these books aren't rare, but to get like these signatures on them, you put together a really unique and special set. And here's number 6, and then there's also, I forgot number 5 here, for the first appearance of Maverick and the first full cover appearance of Omega Red. And we've got the Jim Lee and the Scott Williams sketch sig. So absolutely awesome set. And then we've got like 3 more boxes of like some, lesser keys, more affordable type stuff here and here and here. So go check out the website for all of that. And we got our first snow here in Montana. What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? 2 new collections just came in. I'll tell you where it breaks, where this one breaks. So what's cool about this one is he sent me all of these books for a $30,000 credit, and he is going to bid on a book or some books over at Heritage Auctions. And so sometimes that works out well if you're at all concerned about income taxes and stuff like that. As far as that goes, it's up to you to declare your income. But it would be a wire of $30,000 coming into his account. So rather than do that, he just wants to roll it over into a different book that he can buy over at Heritage. So all of these books he sends to me. He's got the credit. If at any point he just wants to cash out, I'll give him the cash too. So we have X-Men number 109 in a 9.8 white, Amazing Spider-Man number 98. I'm going to have to really think about this. I've always wanted this whole story arc here, 96, 97, and 98, that are the drug story that is not approved by the Comics Code Authority. So you won't see the little tag up there that says approved by the Comics Code Authority. So we have 98 in a 9.8 white. Here's 120 in a 9.8. 31 in an 8.5, first appearance of Gwen Stacy. And here's the 97 in a 9.8, also with white pages, with these awesome covers by John Romita. I'm going to have to really think about whether or not I want to hold on to those. Amazing Spider-Man 95 in a 9.8 white. I actually just sold a different copy of that. And 141 in a 9.8. Here's Amazing Spider-Man 41, the first appearance of the Rhino in an 8.5 with white pages. First appearance of the Kingpin in an 8.5 with white pages. X-Men 94 in a 9.2 with the custom label. Giant Size X-Men #1 in 9.2 with white pages. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. You really have to hunt for the defects. Presents beautifully for a 9.2. Incredible Hulk #2 in a 5.5 with white pages. The first appearance of the Green Hulk. Absolutely awesome to see it with white pages. This thing presents beautifully for a 5.5. And it's just got such deep colors. And I mean, no like noticeable heavy creasing from a distance on the cover. Just really, really pleased with the way that one presents. And Hulk 180 in a 9.2 with white pages. We got Iron Man 1 in an 8.5. Fantastic Four #52 in an 8.5 with white pages. The first appearance of the Black Panther. Fantastic Four #3 in a 7.5. FF49 in an 8.5. Star Wars #1 in a 9.8. I have a cool idea for a video on this one, so you might not see that one hit the website. G.I. Joe Real American Hero #1 in a 9.8 white. This is an absolutely stunning copy here of X-Men. So that's where that collection ended, was that one. So these are a different collection here. An absolutely stunning X-Men 4 First Scarlet Witch. Incredible color strike, probably the best color strike I've ever seen for this book. 7.0 white. I have sold this once before and it came back around. Doing a similar thing with this batch of books. Somebody is looking to purchase a AF-15 and using this as credit towards that. So we have Tales of Suspense 57, Avengers 57 in an 8.5, the first appearance of the Vision. Here's the big book from this set, Journey into Mystery #83, the first appearance of Thor in a 4.5. And to go with it, the first appearance of Loki, Journey into Mystery 85, and a Hulk 181 in a 7.0 with white pages. We got a hatless Bri here. You're not going to see hatless Bri, but that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end of the video. Don't forget those giveaways here. If you subscribe, comment, and like, hatless Bri! You're entered to win, and then sign up for that newsletter at bryscomics.com to be entered to win as well. It's Saturday. We got stuff to do, don't we, Callie? We got stuff to do. Are you upset? Oh, you want the ball? You want the ball? Is that what you want? What are you doing, Luke? Playing Minecraft. We got Minecraft. We got balls. We gotta go. See ya. Bye.